K-pop can be its own language. I mean, yes, it's sung in Korean, but being a K-pop fan, there are things that we would never say around the average person. And when the average person sees or hears us talking about these things, they're just like, what? So to avoid this, we are going to be looking at 10 K-pop terms that you must know, so y'all have a better understanding on what us K-pop fans are talking about. Whether you're talking to a K-pop fan to just scrolling down your recommended feed, whether it be from Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, you guys will have a better understanding with what you're dealing with. And by the end of this video, you guys will be able to converse with K-pop fans like you and me just a little better. Now, to preface this, a large part of using modern K-pop lingo stems from Gen Z slang and internet culture. Yeah, I know some of you guys may be allergic to the current generation, but K-pop University is meant to bring all generations of K-pop together and to help people understand us. Hello there everybody, my name is Nathan, I am your K-pop professor, and welcome back to K-pop University. Alright, so first up is bias. You are going to hear this term a lot. A bias is a term that you would use for your favorite member or your favorite K-pop group. It's like a substitute of saying your favorite all the time. For example, you would say Jungkook is my bias from BTS, or BTS is my bias group. Stepping it up, you and I are talking and I ask you, so who's your bias from Blackpink? And if your bias is like, let's say, Jennie from Blackpink, you would say, oh, Jennie is my bias. Easy term to kick off the episode. Next up is a stan. No, not the famous Weasel One bunny man from Eclipse K-pop, the term stan. Okay, we're getting into Gen Z and internet culture now. Now remember what I said about bias being your favorite member or your favorite group? It's a similar concept here. A stan is a term that you would use to say that you're a fan of a specific group. So if you're a fan of Stray Kids or Blackpink, for example, you would say something like, I'm a Stray Kids stan, or I'm a Blackpink stan. You could even say, I stan Stray Kids, or I stan Blackpink. This term stems from Western pop culture and Gen Z/millennial speak too, so if you're of these generations, these may be familiar to you. However, there is a negative connotation to this. You have fans, right? Stans are like a step above that, maybe to the point of obsession sometimes. It doesn't seem that this connotation is intentional for the K-pop culture, but from the outsider's perspective, it could definitely seem that way. But please know that for the most part, a stan, in our culture at the very least, simply just means that we're a fan of a specific K-pop group. Next up is lightstick. These beauties right here are light sticks. You know how in concerts you see people waving around neon glow sticks or turning on their phone's light and waving it like this during a song? It's the same concept as these babies. A light stick is one of the many merch items unique to K-pop. Most K-pop groups have their own light stick, ranging from flat acrylic symbols like these to full-on fleshed out unique designs like this one. You'd bring a light stick to a K-pop concert to show your full support to the performing group. Now a little crash course on K-pop concert culture. When you go to a K-pop idol group's concert, never bring another group's light stick. When you're at a Blackpink concert, don't bring a Stray Kids light stick and vice versa. That's considered super disrespectful because you're repping another group at another group's concert. Okay, but what if you're at KCON with multiple performing artists? What do you do then? I recommend you bring 1 or 2 light sticks from your 2 favorite artists from that performing lineup. That's important. Trust me, bringing the wrong light stick to the wrong concert is almost like a cardinal sin to this culture. So hey now, don't try it at home. Just don't try it. Don't do it. Please, don't do it. And if you're already doing it, stop it. Get some help. At number 4, we have random dance play. This is one of my favorite things about the K-pop culture. A random dance play, or RDP for short, is a mid to large scale K-pop dance party or event, where a 30-minute to 1-hour mix of K-pop songs are played, and whoever knows the dance to the currently playing song goes to the middle of the dance floor and shows their stuff. And for you newcomers of K-pop, each K-pop song has their own dance and choreography. You'd normally find random dance plays at conventions like FANCHANT or KCON, or even before K-pop concerts. And for concerts, if you are super lucky and if RNGesus is with you, the artists themselves might see it and participate with you all. But don't get your hopes up because this is a very rare occurrence. I have a full video on how to survive your first random dance play, so go ahead and click it up there after you're done breakdown with this video. Number 5 is comeback, debut, and goodbye stage. I combined 3 phrases into one because there's not really a lot of difference among them since they're all different types of live performance stages. Starting with debut and debut stages, when a K-pop group releases their first title track of their first EP or album, that's called a debut. And when a K-pop group performs that song live on a music show, that's called a debut stage. Comeback is a term that we would use when a K-pop group releases a new title track, a new album, or a new EP. Basically, we call their new songs comebacks. Whenever they perform these new songs, we would call that a comeback stage. And lastly, goodbye stages. Goodbye stages are when a K-pop group performs their comeback for the last time on their promotional cycle. And to elaborate on that, K-pop groups only perform a specific comeback song for a couple of weeks, which is called their promotional cycle. Hopefully that makes sense. Up next is killing part. You know how in movies the director says, "Okay everybody, quiet on set, this is the money shot, we need to get this right." A killing part is like that. Killing parts are instances of the song that have the most star power. It's the part that makes people go crazy. Most of the time it's part of the choreography, other times it's a high note. Whether that be from an ab flash to a wink at the camera, almost every K-pop comeback has this. It's a short iconic instance that makes a performance memorable. And when a K-pop fan thinks of a specific comeback, that killing part would be the first thing that they would remember. It's more easier to see examples of this rather than me explaining it all.
Let's go.
Alright, so number 7 is ending fairy. Okay, so this one's a little funny on paper by the sound of it. Okay, so for my fellow dancers out there, you know how your dance instructors or choreographers would say, "Okay everybody, so make sure you hold for a full 8 count after the song ends, okay? Nobody move." This takes that concept a step further. An ending fairy is a term further popularized by the Mnet survival show Produce 101. After a performance has ended, the camera lingers on a specific member, with them being the ending fairy. And what they do could be a number of things. They could charismatically gaze at the camera, or they could break character and act cute and wink at the camera if they want to. The possibilities of what an ending fairy could do are endless. It's their 5 seconds of fame. They could do whatever they want. Number 8 are fan cams. Fan cams are rather simple but often misunderstood. Fan cams are, well, they're fan-taken videos of K-pop performances, hence the name fan cam. Before the panorama and back when fans were allowed to be part of a live studio audience for music shows or concerts, fans could take footage of an idol group's performance, and the product would be the performance without all the fancy edits that the studios would use. Some fan cams could be of an entire group while others could just be focused on one member, and at times fan cams could galvanize a member's or a full group's popularity. However, studios like Mnet, KBS, and MBC took notice of the popularity of these fan cams and would dedicate a totally separate camera to record the official fan cam. And the reason why I use fan cam in quotation marks is because these fan cams aren't really taken by the fans, taking fan out of fan cam. But the end result of that is a professional, non-edited, sometimes 4K recording of the performance that we would see. So personally, I'd take it. Next up are fan chants. Fan chants are one of the most unique aspects of K-pop that separate us from the rest. Fan chants are, well, chants by the fans. And these chants allow the fans to take part in a K-pop group's performance. It's like an artist to fandom interaction that lets the fans do more than just sing along or scream in the audience. Okay, so I'm gonna use the song Stacy's Mom by Fountains of Wayne as an example here. You guys know the song. It's Stacy's mom has got it going on. She's all I want and I waited for so long. Well, there are parts in the song that the audience could repeat back, and it would go something like this. Stacy, can I come over after school? After school. That after school part would be part of the fan chant, which us fans would say back as we're rocking out. K-pop fan chants have this too, except we take it a step further. There are points in K-pop comebacks where it's like an instrumental breakdown or a dance break, where us fans would chant the names of the members of the group in a specific order. Each comeback will have something like this. So once large gatherings and concerts are allowed again, consider this a challenge to do. Memorize a group's fan chant for a specific comeback and chant along. And speaking of concerts and large gatherings, the last term for today is KCON. This is hands down one of my favorite places to be. And no, this video is not sponsored by KCON, even though I'd very much love to be. KCON is a convention by day, concert by night, and is the ultimate destination for all K-pop fans alike. If you like K-dramas, if you like Korean beauty products, if you're interested in international travel and tourism, and especially if you love K-pop, this place is almost like heaven. During the convention, there are booths where you can purchase albums, posters, and merch items from your favorite groups. There are panels hosted by your favorite K-pop YouTubers. There are workshops where you could learn K-pop choreography from famous cover dancers or even the choreographers themselves. And during the concert, baby, why go to a concert for just one K-pop group when you can go to one for 16 groups? And KCON's concert lineup, man, like, okay, it's nowhere near the expanse of like Coachella, but the roster could be earth-shattering at times. I mean, the last KCON that I went to back in 2019, oh my gosh, that seems so long ago, they had ATEEZ, they had Stray Kids, they had ITZY, LOONA, IZ*ONE, and so many more. So sure, every year may not have 16 groups in the lineup, but hey man, the more groups performing, the better for all of us. I have a full 2-part vlog in the iKON up here of the last time I went to KCON. So if you want a better picture of what to expect, go ahead and check out the video up there. And with that, everybody, this has been 10 K-pop terms that you should know. Did today's lesson help you understand K-pop just a little better? What other K-pop terms do you guys want to know more about? And what other K-pop topics do you guys want me to cover in the future? Let me know more in the comment section down below. Also, I just want to give you guys a big thank you. Thank you so much for welcoming K-pop University back to the channel. We have successfully surpassed our view goal in our last episode, and I know we can only go up from here. It's nice comments like these that let me know that what we're doing here is a success and a good thing. So if you guys enjoyed this episode of K-pop University today, please go ahead and hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and ring the bell icon today to make sure you guys aren't missing a thing to become part of the energetic nation today and to enroll in K-pop University today. And if you are already enrolled, go ahead and share this video with a friend to help expand their knowledge on K-pop culture as well. But with that said, everybody, that's my time. My name is Nathan, SYJofficial, your K-pop professor, and until then, see you guys next time, and class is dismissed. Bye!